Hey guys, it's Ray, and today I want to talk about Lil Nas X going to number one and staying at number one for 17 weeks. Okay, I knew that this song was already super popular. I knew it was going to stay at number one for 16 weeks, but now it has surpassed Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men with One Sweet Day and Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee and Justin Bieber's remix for Despacito at 16 weeks to go on to stay at number one for 17 weeks. Like, that's huge. That's really huge. He's the first artist ever in the history of Billboard to do that. But then at the same time, it's like, why this song? Why this song? I mean, there are plenty of songs out there that we can attest to having broad appeal that have been record breakers and, genre, you know, bending and things like that have been able to appeal to the masses. But not only is it like, I don't know, it's like Old Town Road, for all of its uniqueness, for all of its, you know, uh, for all of it being as different as it is, it still comes across as a novelty song, and it still comes across as very uh, like one hit wonder ish. This is a song by an artist. This is his first song. This is his first big hit, and he has this kind of super popularity with it, which you go, wow, that's great. But then at the same time, you're like, well, what else does he have? What else is there going to be from this guy? Is he gonna make more songs that are just gonna sound like Old Town Road? Is he just, gonna continue with this same theme? Because if that's the case, then he's gonna become very stale really quickly, you know, and it just seems like it's gonna get more annoying. And I know that this song is already being played again and again and again and again, and you're just like, well, where is he gonna go with this now? You know, I'm having a really tough time trying to see what else Lil Lil Nas X has. What else has he got besides this? And then what's even more surprising is Billy Ray Cyrus, of all people. Like, he was already a one hit wonder. Now he officially isn't a one hit wonder thanks to having a hit years later after Achy Breaky Heart with this song. It's just that it's interesting that it worked out the way it did in this case. And, it's on some level, it's real. It's again, it's the whole uniqueness factor of just all the elements that are in place. The fact that it's a country rap hybrid song, the fact that you got a new artist who this is his first single, period, and an older artist who's been around for decades having a hit together, which is something you don't see very often. And, it's playing into a whole lot of factors that I think explains why the song has become so popular in the first place. The fact that it's so different and people are willing to embrace it for that, And I'm all for, people doing different stuff. It's just that at the same time, why did it have to come in this kind, the the way it came out as, like it's a fun song. It's a kind of a funny song at that. But then you're just like, well, how seriously can we take this new artist? You know, he might end up becoming one of those artists that uh, where you remember the song by them, but you don't, of course, remember the artist as much. But given, I guess you could say, all of the publicity uh, surrounding him, controversy, uh, which I think is also what helped make the song as big as it did too. Not just people wanting to embrace something that's different, but the fact that, you know, in the first place, the song was taken off of the country charts. The song was taken off the country charts, and then people were like, "Oh no, we need to embrace this. We need to hear this song," and then it caught on. Now, I'm not saying it isn't a catchy song, because it is, but it's just, you know, you would think the next artist to have a huge record breaking hit that would get to be in that top tier with those other artists that have done 14, 16 weeks at number one, or, you know, or to go even higher than that, would be someone who you see as someone having a lot of talent and exudes a certain level of I guess you could say, variance in what they can do, you know. And usually it's not a debut artist either. So this whole situation has a lot of question marks attached to it. You know, if it was a better known artist like Adele or Rihanna, even Beyonce for that matter, um, you know, we wouldn't be surprised. And of course, everybody would just love them for it because we already have seen how talented they are. They're all different and, you know, unique in their own ways. And we've already have known them for years and years. So to have seen them go to number one wouldn't have been, and to stay at number one for 17 weeks wouldn't have been as much of a surprise. But this, it's like, you know, wow, the internet really did kick up its gears, you know, this year in terms of supporting this this new artist, this new guy, and I just don't know how much we're supposed to be celebrating it. It, you know, it has its like, you know, its weighty pros and cons just because of, you know, it's nice that okay, he's young and he was able to achieve a huge hit at 20, I guess, you know, that's how old he is. And then on top of that, you know, he has the most successful rap song to go to number one on the Billboard Hot 100, you know, and just all these factors. But still, he comes across as such a novelty. Like, you just don't know how serious you can take him uh, for another song or another album or whatever. Um, you know, and then on top of that, I think it makes you wonder, like, is there not enough going on in music right now to for him to have not gone this far? You know what I mean? Like, because think about it. In the past few weeks, we've seen Taylor Swift's, or months I should say, Taylor Swift's "You Need to Calm Down" come out, which debuted at number two. Then we had "I Don't Care" by Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber, and that I think debuted at number two too. If not, it peaked there. And then after that, we got Senorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, which also peaked at number two. Now, any of these songs still have the potential to go to number one as well, um, but it's overall it's just rather interesting how much people have been supporting Lil Nas X, and then the more well-known, more established artists with these hit songs out have not been able to dethrone him. when you thought maybe they would, and they didn't. You know, it just it's I guess I don't know. I guess it's a huge testament to the power of social media, and then at the same time, you know, Lil Nas X coming out as gay, which is a huge like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It might not be a surprise to some people, but it's just, it's interesting that he had to throw that out there as Old Town Road is still number one, which, of course, I don't want to say it's a publicity stunt, but given the timing of it all, you know, you kind of can't not say it isn't. I hope I said that right. You can't say that it isn't a publicity stunt, for him to have said that when he said it. Because now it's like, oh, now we have to really support him because that means he's a gay rapper. He's a gay rapper with this huge number one hit, and we've got to make sure that we keep him at number one because he's being different and everything else. You know, um, and I'm not against there being like a country rap hybrid or anything like that, and especially with what I what I think's cool is seeing a black artist embrace country music, but I wish we could get more black artists out there that actually could do or show that they could do country in the traditional sense, because I know we have Darius Rucker and a few others out there that have come out in the past, but there's still a huge uh, lack of black artists doing country music, and then at the same time being really fully embraced by it. So, you know, that's another factor to all this that just makes Old Town Road going to number one and staying at number one for 17 weeks feel kind of like, like it's cool, but I don't know if it should be that cool because he's not a country artist in the traditional sense, which isn't bad. But then the fact that there's lack of country artists, that a lack of black country artists, you know, who have had this kind of success or a lot of success at all, it's like, why him? Why this guy? Why now? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just really all I can really say is that I hope there's better on the horizon. I hope that, you know, if another black country artist comes along, or hopefully they can do like an actual country song and be someone that I can take seriously for it. Someone new, someone fresh that can capture a lot of people's attention from the get-go, and definitely not in the same way Lil Nas X has done this, you know, because I want to see someone that shows a lot more maturity and longevity, and someone that I can actually feel, isn't going to be looked at as a novelty, and that kind of stuff, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of things I'd like to see in an artist, um, especially a new artist. So I just really hope that you know I can see that later. But wow, you know, this is definitely changing things around on the Billboard charts. So on that note, I want to say thanks for listening, guys, today, and I will catch you later. Pop culture views. See ya.